Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker. I'm the head trader here, but I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So, in today's video, we'll take a look at the economic calendar, we'll go over some news, and then we'll do our market recap and market analysis. So, starting here on the economic calendar, today we did not have any significant economic data drop, but tomorrow, Tuesday, June 13th, we do get CPI, which is the inflation data, which will be very interesting to see. Now we can turn to some news. So we did have Warren Davidson today filing the SEC Stabilization Act to restructure the SEC and fire Gary Gensler. This is amazing to see. I'm not really too confident that it'll actually work, but it is definitely a step in the right direction. We also have Canada's top university, the University here of Toronto, will start its own independent XRP validator in partnership with Ripple as part of its UBRI initiative. We also have some more breaking news about old Gary that he is currently facing market manipulation accusations by Citadel and the Citadel market maker. So it's nice to see all this backlash here against Gary Gensler. He definitely needs to get out of the SEC and stop harming the investors. We also have reports that Pakistan paid for Russian oil using the Chinese yuan. We also have unemployment rate has now been below 4% for the longest time since the streak ended in 1970. Here we also have the bear market probability model up here at all-time highs, and you do see the market ripping right now. So this is definitely like one of those contrarian type things. Like if everybody's thinking the market's going down, right, what's going to be the more likely outcome is that the market goes up, right? The majority is typically always wrong when it comes to investing. And here we have the U.S. to evacuate American citizens from Taiwan, and the Taiwan is big with the America versus China because this is where it's gonna start. Like if World War III were to start, it's gonna be about Taiwan. Like Taiwan is the most volatile geopolitical area right now between the two world's greatest superpowers. So if we do start going into war with Taiwan, I would definitely expect things to get a little crazy. That could be a potential catalyst for a major war with China. So now we can do our market recap starting here in the debt market with the US 10-year yield. We do have a slight green day today. As you can see, large wicks to both sides. Still just sitting here above this midline in the upper end of this daily range. Getting tighter and tighter here on the bands. Turning to the dollar, we do have a green day here in the dollar. Wicking back above that midline and sitting right there above it. With these bands getting tighter as well. Sitting right here above that midline on the weekly chart. Turning to the stock market, as you can see, monster green day today in the stock market, actually breaking up above these highs from August. If you remember, we were talking about this level being very significant with all this big economic data dropping this week. And I'm actually surprised that it happened today with no economic data because we do have CPI tomorrow and then the Fed rate decision on Wednesday. I'm actually surprised that it broke out through this significant of a level actually today and instead of on one of those big data drop kind of days. So now we can look at cryptocurrency with Bitcoin. As you see, small red day today, sitting right here at that lower extreme. Right there at that midline, kind of looks slightly below the midline right here on the weekly chart. Turning to XRP, we do have another green day here in XRP. Still getting a wick off that midline here. Just in the upper end of this daily range, still looking for a move to the upside to break out of this kind of resistance we have here. This could be a large kind of cup and handle pattern as well. So definitely looking for that 55-cent level to break and get a weekly close above that level. Turning to commodities, we have oil with a big red day today, squeezing to the downside, down through that lower extreme, pulling into these lows here from May 31st. Big hammer tail wick to the downside here on the monthly chart. Looking at gold, as you can see, a red day here in gold, sitting right there below that midline on the daily chart, but starting to get pretty squeezed here on these bands. Sitting right here above this previous high from February 2nd. Looking at silver, we do have a red day here in silver after getting rejected off that upper extreme, pulling down into that midline. It's still pretty squeezed here on silver as well. Sitting right here, pretty much in the middle, the upper middle of this price action here from January. Now we can do our market analysis. We'll start with our volume analysis here on the S&P 500 Spider ETF. As you can see, large volume day today, all buying coming in, barely even a sliver of red down here. Getting really close to that volume average, but less volume coming in than normal. As you can see, just getting really extended here to the upside on this. RSI is currently sitting at almost 66 with overbought being at 70. as you can see, that we were talking about earlier, breaking above this previous high here from August, which is very significant, pushing into this upper extreme here on the weekly chart. Now we can look at the 3-minute chart. So as you can see here, we did get a gap up this morning. Then we did pull back here, pulling into this previous price action from Friday, finding it as support, getting a squeeze here to the upside, getting a breakout above the open, holding the open as support, and then getting a nice push to the upside, coming back here for a retest of the previous high of the day, and then getting a nice push up here to Friday's highs before ultimately breaking that level with a strong continuation to the upside and getting a nice close up here at the highs. Looking at the 15-minute chart here, as you can see, we did have this big bull pennant pattern form here on top of this previous resistance level. It did end up holding as support, and then we did get this pennant breakout to the upside with a MACD cross for a nice strong squeeze up here to new highs. If you see here on the 2-hour chart, as you can see, just getting a nice extension to the upside after breaking out of this consolidation pattern, getting a nice bounce here on momentum, getting up here well beyond that zero line. Now we can look at the VIX and the NASDAQ. As you can see, the VIX with a large gap up today and a nice push to the upside, which is interesting to see when you do have the market so strong today. You actually got a bullish reversal here to the within the VIX, you know, breaking this downtrend and getting above that zero line in momentum, which is kind of different here because usually when the VIX goes down or when the VIX goes up, the market does go down. But as you can see, a strong green day here in the VIX and also a strong green day here in the stock market, in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. As you can see, the NASDAQ breaking above these previous highs here from last week with a strong push to the upside, getting a nice breakout and continuation here in momentum. Let me go back to our 1 minute here and we can talk about some trades. So right here at the open, as you can see, we did get a pennant shape here. We did get a pennant breakdown with a momentum shift squeeze to the downside. I did kind of like this for a put option because, you know, we were like running into a lot of resistance here, and the VIX. The main reason I like this for a put is because of that big gap up in the VIX. You know, I thought this maybe could have been a lot weaker than it was because we did have that extreme gap up in the VIX. So I did like this for a quick short down to these lows. Honestly, I thought we were going to come down and fill the gap. We did not do that. As you can see, getting short like right here on this breakout and then taking profit down here into these lows. And then, as you can see, we did get a big bounce here off that previous low of the day. And then we did kind of come in and make a bear flag with a momentum shift squeeze to the downside. I did not like this for puts, even though it was a bearish continuation pattern. I mean, you could see here, if you got here and then scalped down, like you could have made money on this bear play. But due to this strong bounce off these lows earlier, I wasn't comfortable shorting this. And then as you can see here, we did kind of get a double bottom here with this W pattern. As you can see, with a squeeze to the upside, would have been a nice opportunity, you know, here to get long for a retest of these previous high of the day. And then as you can see here, we did have an ascending triangle pattern here with a squeeze to the upside. Would have been a really nice opportunity here. Holding above the open with a bullish continuation pattern would have been a nice opportunity here for a new high of the day. Then as you can see, we did have a rising wedge, which is a bearish reversal pattern. You know, you could have taken this as a short to fade back down here towards these previous highs. But I didn't really like this because the market was looking strong with that 15-minute breakout here on this pattern. This was pretty much just looking super bullish. So I was only focusing on longs today. Then as you can see here, we did get a descending triangle pattern here form on top of these previous highs. Could have been a nice opportunity here with this squeeze to the upside for a test here of Friday's highs, and then ultimately a continuation breakout to the upside. So yeah, really strong way to start the week, especially on a Fed week and inflation data week. Definitely going to be really interesting to see what happens tomorrow and Wednesday. Getting this strong of a breakout here in the market, breaking above this very significant key level here before even all this very important data drops. So yeah, definitely going to be crazy to see what happens the rest of the week. But that'll do it for the video. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll talk to y'all later.